Right now, your body is running on a timer that you probably don't even know exists. Go without water for just 7 days, and what happens next will make you question everything you thought you knew about survival. Your brain starts eating itself, your blood becomes as thick as honey, and your organs begin shutting down one by one in ways that will absolutely terrify you. By the end of this video, you'll discover the shocking day-by-day breakdown of what really happens when your body runs out of water. And trust me, day 5 will leave you speechless. Let's start with something that might surprise you. You've probably heard that humans can survive 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. Well, that's not entirely true. The real answer is far more complex and disturbing than anyone tells you. Your body is roughly 60% water. That's about 10 to 12 gallons of water flowing through your system right now. Every single cell, every organ, every biological process depends on this liquid to function. But here's what's truly mind-blowing. You're constantly losing water, even when you're doing absolutely nothing. Right now, as you're watching this video, you're breathing out water vapor. You're sweating microscopic amounts through your skin. Your kidneys are filtering your blood and creating urine. Even your digestive system is using water to break down food. In total, you lose about 2.5 liters of water every single day just by existing. Now, imagine turning off the tap completely. No water going in, but water still pouring out of your body like a leaky bucket. What happens next is a biological horror story that unfolds in 7 terrifying stages. Day 1 seems almost normal. You might feel a little thirsty, maybe get a mild headache. Your body is smart, though. It immediately starts conserving water by reducing urine production and making you feel less hungry. But beneath the surface, something sinister is already beginning. Your blood volume starts dropping. Think of your circulatory system like a garden hose. When there's plenty of water, everything flows smoothly. But as the water level drops, that hose starts to collapse. Your heart has to work harder to pump thicker blood through narrower vessels. By day 2, things get serious fast. Your saliva production drops dramatically. Your mouth feels like sandpaper, and swallowing becomes painful. But here's the part that will shock you. Your body starts breaking down muscle tissue to release the water stored inside your cells. You're literally consuming yourself from the inside out. Your kidneys, those incredible filtering machines, begin to struggle. Normally, they process about 45 gallons of blood every single day. But with less water available, they can't dilute the toxins properly. Waste products start building up in your bloodstream like poison. Day 3 is when most people think death becomes inevitable, but the reality is far more disturbing. Your brain, which is about 75% water, starts shrinking. As it loses volume, it pulls away from your skull, stretching and tearing the delicate blood vessels that keep it alive. You start experiencing severe confusion, hallucinations, and delirium. Your body temperature regulation completely fails because you can't produce enough sweat to cool down. But here's what's truly terrifying. Your blood becomes so thick that your heart struggles to pump it through your body. But wait, it gets worse, much worse. Day 4 brings something called pre-renal azotemia. Sounds complicated, but it's actually simple and horrifying. Your kidneys essentially start shutting down. All those toxins that should be filtered out, they're now circulating through your body like poison, affecting every single organ. Your skin loses its elasticity completely. If someone pinches the skin on the back of your hand, it stays tented up like a little mountain. Your eyes sink deep into your skull, and your lips crack and bleed. But the most disturbing part? Your brain starts producing stress hormones at dangerous levels, creating a state of constant panic and terror. Day 5 is where things become truly nightmarish, and this is the part that will absolutely shock you. Your body enters something called hypovolemic shock. Your blood pressure drops so low that your vital organs aren't getting enough oxygen and nutrients to function. But here's the truly disturbing part. Your body starts shutting down organs in order of importance. First to go are your digestive system and skin. Then your liver starts failing, which means toxins build up even faster. Your brain, desperate to survive, starts breaking down other organs to harvest their water content. Your heart rate skyrockets, sometimes reaching over 150 beats per minute as it desperately tries to circulate the remaining thick, syrupy blood through your collapsing circulatory system. You're essentially experiencing a slow-motion heart attack that lasts for hours. Day 6 brings multi-organ failure. Your liver can no longer process toxins, your kidneys have essentially stopped working, and your brain is swelling and shrinking simultaneously as it desperately tries to maintain function with critically low water levels. But here's something that will blow your mind. Some people have actually survived to day 6 and beyond. The human body's will to survive is absolutely incredible, but the damage at this point is often irreversible. Your consciousness fades in and out. You experience something called terminal lucidity, where you might suddenly become completely aware and clear-minded for a few minutes before slipping back into delirium. It's your brain's last desperate attempt to function normally. Day 7 is typically the end. Your blood has become so concentrated that it can barely flow. Your heart finally gives up trying to pump what essentially amounts to thick syrup through your collapsed blood vessels. Your brain, starved of oxygen and nutrients, begins to die. But here's the most shocking part of all. The exact timeline can vary dramatically depending on your age, health, body size, and environmental conditions. In extreme heat, you might not make it past day 3. In cool conditions with high humidity, some people have survived up to 10 days. There's a documented case of Andreas Mihavec, an Austrian man who survived 18 days without water in 1979. He was accidentally locked in a police cell and forgotten. By the time they found him, he had lost over 40 pounds and was barely alive. The human body had essentially cannibalized itself to survive. But here's what's truly fascinating and terrifying. Your brain is the last organ to give up, even when everything else is failing. Even when your heart is struggling and your kidneys have shut down, your brain fights to stay conscious until the very end. The psychological effects are just as disturbing as the physical ones. Extreme dehydration causes vivid hallucinations, paranoia, and complete loss of rational thinking. Some people report seeing deceased relatives or experiencing religious visions. Your dying brain creates an alternate reality to cope with the trauma. Now here's something that might save your life someday. The early warning signs of severe dehydration that most people ignore. If you're not urinating for more than 8 hours, if your urine is dark, amber-colored, if you feel dizzy when standing up, or if you can't produce tears when crying, you're already in serious trouble. Your body has multiple backup systems for almost everything. 2 kidneys, 2 lungs, extra blood vessels. But for water, there's no backup plan, no storage system, no alternative. When the water runs out, everything stops. But wait, there's something even more shocking that I haven't told you yet. What if I told you that drinking too much water can actually kill you faster than drinking too little? It's called water intoxication, and it can cause your brain to swell and kill you in just a few hours. The human body is an incredible machine, but it's also terrifyingly fragile. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, every thought in your head depends on maintaining the perfect balance of water in your system. Right now, your body is performing millions of chemical reactions that depend on water. Your blood is carrying oxygen and nutrients to every cell. Your kidneys are filtering out toxins. Your brain is processing information and creating memories. All of this stops without water. Here's the bottom line. Water isn't just something you drink when you're thirsty. It's literally the difference between life and death. Your body can survive weeks without food by breaking down fat and muscle for energy, but without water, you have maybe a week before everything shuts down permanently. The next time you turn on a faucet or grab a bottle of water, remember that you're not just satisfying thirst. You're literally keeping every single cell in your body alive. You're maintaining the delicate chemical balance that allows your heart to beat, your lungs to breathe, and your brain to think. Water is life in the most literal sense possible. And now you know exactly what happens when that life-giving resource runs out. If this breakdown of human survival shocked you as much as it shocked me when I first researched it, make sure to subscribe for more mind-blowing discoveries about your body and what it's capable of. And speaking of shocking survival facts, click on the video I'm showing you right now to discover what happens when you don't sleep for 7 days. Trust me, the effects on your brain will absolutely terrify you.